Hey everyone, my name is Megan. I am the owner of Grateful Plates, and I am so excited to be able to share some information about Launch Well with all of you because I just kind of wanted to share my experience with actually purchasing Launch Well back in, I think it was November. So I actually didn't start my business until July of last year, actually August of 2020, right in the midst of the pandemic and everything. And I had a 3 month program already, and I knew I wanted a 6 week program, but I just didn't know what that would look like or kind of how I was going to implement that or anything. So I want to talk a little bit about first of all, how I'm using it. So, when I bought the Launchwell program, I planned to use it as a group program, but I also wanted to use it in some corporate wellness settings as well too. Now, with the pandemic, I have reached out to several corporate wellness businesses, and unfortunately, I'm not able to get myself in the doors right now. But they're super interested in it when they're able to allow me to come in, and they're not even doing anything virtual right now. So I have strictly been using it as a group program with clients. Um, and I'll tell you a funny story. So no, it was probably October that I bought it. Um, yeah, back in fall I bought it, and I was pregnant at the time, so my son was due to be born in November. And I had wanted a 6 week program. And honestly, I actually attended one of Chris's trainings out of just like learning more. And then when I found out at the end of the training that it was a 6 week program that like was already done for you and everything, I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. Like, this is awesome. Like, I don't have to do anything. Our values lined up because I wanted to make sure that like what she was promoting was also what I promote as well too. But realized that there was so much flexibility that I could change it and alter it to how I wanted it to be. So right away it was like, oh, the investment is, I think it was $2,000 or something. And I remember like thinking about it that day and being like, okay, should I do this? Should I not do this? And I didn't even ask my husband. I literally, like, I remember Chris has always said, like, that's one of the things that, like, holds people back. So I didn't even ask my husband. I was like, nope, this is my business. I'm going to do what I want to. So I actually jumped on a call the next day with Chris for about 15, 20 minutes and was like, I am pretty sure I'm like 100% purchasing this. I just have a couple questions about some of the things. And she answered them really, really clearly and concisely and just was like, hey, yeah, if you're interested, I'll send you the link and you can sign up. So it was just really like non-pressure at all, which was really awesome because I just didn't want to jump on a call and her be like, yeah, you have to buy this. Like, and she wasn't. She was like, yep, this is what it is. And after like learning what all the modules were, like the 6 weeks were, I was like, yep, this totally aligns with me. So I purchased it and paid for it. And then I was actually, yeah, so my son was due in November, and I was like, I'm just going to jump in and run a 6 week program, right over the holidays. And I asked my husband and one of my friends, and they were like, I don't think you should do that. Like, with my daughter, I had a really, really bad postpartum experience, and they're like, you just don't know how it's going to be. Like, you don't know how it's going to turn out. And I didn't listen to him. I didn't listen, and I said, you know what? I'm going to run this. I think it'll be good for me. I think it'll be healthy. And I just spent the $2,000 on it, and I don't like debt, and I don't like spending money on things. And I was just like, I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to get my money back on this. So I ran a program that started in December, and I launched it right actually prior to my son being born. So probably 2, 3 weeks prior that I was like launching it. And honestly, I just launched it with a 1 day event, not even a 1 evening event. And I marketed it for $6.97, and it was on sale for $5.97. So I know sometimes even Chris says you can start at $4.97, and I was just like, nope, I'm gonna do this. So I had 7 people enroll right away. Yeah, it was the most amazing thing. So I made my money back that I paid for the event, and I also made more than what I paid for it. So that was really cool because now I can use that program and it's completely paid for. That I just have it at my fingertips and I can, reuse it again. It's funny though, because I actually almost didn't purchase it because of the cost of it. But I realized in my mind that I probably never would have created this, and I never would have had anything ready to launch literally about a month later, because I just didn't have the time. I was having a baby. I was getting everything prepared for baby, and I knew that he was going to be here, and I definitely was not going to be able to create a 6-week program then. And the nice thing that was really, really cool is when I purchased it, is that there was all the PDFs, there was all the templates, there was all the videos that you could like walk through every single thing. And I just kind of binged on them. I like literally, probably the week before my son was born, like binged like the first 10 videos of how to run the program and everything like that. And then I thought it was really cool. There was these email templates that you could actually literally physically use and schedule out. And I used those same templates because it just made my life super easy. I like tailored them to kind of like my own words a little bit, and like obviously I changed the name of the program, so I changed those things and stuff like that. But if you look at like the materials that I have now, it looks like it's totally from me, which is awesome. It's just really, really cool. But it just, one of the things that I've been learning over the past like 6 months, since I've been in business as well too, is I am a mom of two that are 2.5 and not even 3 months old. And I needed something that was easy. I needed something that freed up my time. And so that was like what was really nice. And I'm doing that in all aspects of my life, is how can I delegate things? How can I make things easy? Because I only work 3 days a week. So on the 2 other days, I'm a mom and I need to be present for my kids. So what can I do to make it super easy that all I need to do is work 3 days a week, and be loving working those 3 days? And it really has made it super, super simple, is that I have this 6-week program. I have another cohort of women that actually start today in it, and there's 4 women in that. And my price actually went up. So they're actually paying $700, which was on sale actually for the course. So, and I still had women sign up for it, and I actually launched this while I was still on maternity leave. So there is so much that you can do with this, and there's just so much that I will actually be using kind of the templates and kind of that same like idea that you get in the Launch Well program, for like reworking my 3-month program of like putting content together so that they have it all written out, and putting stuff, emails similar to how Chris had them written out for the templates and stuff like that. So it just made it so simple, and it just made me like not have to think about it so much, which was really, really nice. And then the last thing that I just want to speak to is just like working with Chris, and like I said in the beginning, has just been super refreshing and just amazing. The level of support that you get is really awesome. Right when I like joined it, I actually I had my son, and I was joining these monthly Launch Well calls, just to like ask any questions, and also kind of hear what other people were asking questions about, and kind of how maybe they had ran the program. You do also get calls with Sherry, which is amazing. I just had my last call yesterday, and I just told her she's just got such an essence, or an energy around her that is just so welcoming and inviting. And she just shares so many different things and asks you different questions that make you really question, like, okay, that's, maybe I should do this, or maybe I should do that. And she's just been really, really good at maybe like introducing new things that I could utilize to make it more simple, because she's ran it several times before. And then there's also the Facebook group as well too. To be honest, I haven't utilized the Facebook group that often, but it is there as an option if you want to just tag Chris in it and ask her a question. She will absolutely answer your question and get back to you right away. So the level of support from Chris and Sherry and the calls and the Facebook group has just been really, really powerful for me to be able to launch this program. And back in December, I just went for it. I just did it. Like, I had no idea. Like, every single week before we met, I would go through the materials and read through them so that I kind of knew what to do and what to say. And now I kind of know the materials and stuff like that. so that, today when I go through it, it will flow more freely. But actually, the client reviews that I'm getting back from it as we're doing kind of follow-up calls at the end here is they really, really liked it. They loved that there was options for clients. They loved that it was like really laid out. It's beautiful, actually, honestly. All the content is super beautiful. And now actually, because like some of the stuff in there had like supplements and stuff like that Chris recommended, I actually sell my own brand of supplements now that are like practitioner approved supplements, and I can just tag my own stuff in there now, which is really, really cool. Or I can, link things that they can directly go to where they can order things. So it's so flexible that it's just been super, super helpful for me. So yeah, I hope this helps you. I hope that if you're on the fence of wanting to purchase Launchwell, that you do it. Honestly, it was something that, like I said, I was about to have a baby and I just did it. And to me, it was like the money didn't matter to me because I knew that I would earn it back. And even when I told my husband, he's like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. He's like, he's like, that's not much money at all for how much you can make off of it. So even if you only had 1 or 2 people enroll in it the first time you launch it or the second time, you will make your return on investment on it. And like I said, I made it on my first program. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. Yeah, I would love to chat with you more about Launchwell or just about anything that you would want to chat about in terms of business at all. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thanks for listening.